Tim Allen. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, I'm telling you, man.
They were saying
Like,
they were saying DreamWorks lost faith in it. There's an article about
yeah,
it. Like, yeah, they didn't know what to do with it, so they just put
yeah.
us up against Stuart Little.
Oh my God, you know, and everybody's like, why should I go pay for Tim Allen when I can watch Home Improvement on syndication right now? You know, it was
That was everywhere.
everywhere, every channel.
I gotta tell you, man, the formula of that. So the more I get into kind of writing about movies and analyzing, the formula of Home Improvement was kind of brilliant because you had
Mm,
the work life, home life, and then backyard life. It was such like
hmm
comfort food for people. So it's kind
hmm
of like a NCIS is now, or like Big Bang Theory, where you just have does that make sense? Like,
Yeah, no, you're right, man. And you know, he leans into the Tim the Toolman character in his new show, that Last Man Standing
oh
thing,
yeah,
where he plays a much more conservative version of Tim the Toolman. But in this show, Home Improvement, Patricia Clarkson,
yeah, Patricia Clarkson.
that's the wife and the
Hmm.
two kids. You know, they're there to balance, you know, what he wants to do. Whereas on the TV show, you know, Tool Time, he's always making fun of Al because Al's quiet and he wears plaid shirts. And Al is competent, but you know, he's not manly, you know. So all of these things are there, and then when he's been a jerk enough, you know, we get to the point where he talks to Wilson, and Wilson's like, you know, you're kind of being a dick, Tim. It's- and he listens to Wilson because, you know, he probably was in World War II and he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can't come around the other side of the fence.
No, you really can't. You really
But
can't.
so we were talking about this movie earlier and kind of bringing things in. And if you think about it, in the first 6 minutes, they bring up the omega 13. I keep wanting to say omega 3s, but they bring up the
Yeah.
omega 13. It comes in handy later on.
Yeah.
Tim Allen gets the transponder. Justin Long gets it. It comes in handy
hmm
later on. I mean,
hmm
everything in this movie, like, comes in, like, Guy is an extra. That comes
hmm
in later on. This
Chekhov's
is
gun, man.
Chekhov's
Chekhov's
gun.
gun.
Like, so we were talking about Niall Moore and I were talking about this in our Back to the Future episode, and actually we were talking. This guy Todd and I were talking. Todd Lieben and I were talking about this in our Tremors episode, where I'm telling you, Norbert, there's many more movies that do this, but Back to the Future, Tremors, and Galaxy Quest, they
hmm
handle Chekhov's gun beautifully. I mean,
There it
this
is.
the economic, like, you know what's kind of crazy is these scripts are not okay. These scripts are really well thought out. These are scripts where you put, okay, we have an extra, we have to bring up that later. We have an omega
hmm
13, we bring it up later. These are
hmm
very controlled scripts that people might think that they're boring to write because they tie everything together. But it's
Right.
scripts like this that make timeless movies.
That's it. It's good storytelling, man, you know? And it's the reason why people do have problems with, you know, J.J. Abrams and the puzzle box that leads to nowhere. People do have problems with, you know, the Jerry Bruckheimer / Michael Bay. Everything is going to blow up
Yeah.
all the time because people, yeah, they do want to see cool CGI. They do want to see cool special effects. But if you're talking about a sandwich at the beginning of the movie and you take the time and budget to light and direct and make these people do it, that sandwich has got to mean something by the third act, man. It's got to.
How about this? At the end of Armageddon, Bruce Willis saves the world with an animal cracker.
You know? Oh, man. I'm not good. Nah. Hey, remember that animal cracker you gave me 2 weeks ago on the break? We gotta use something to plug the hole. I got the animal cracker from Ben Affleck. I don't want to close my eye.
Everyone's
Slowly.
crying. Everyone's crying, you know? Perfect.
That's it. Oh, Daddy, I can't believe you remembered my animal cracker. I love you, sweetheart. I don't want to miss a thing. Animal cracker saves the world.
Now, how emotional did you get in this film where when Alan Rickman, Dr. Lazarus, says, you know, by Grabthor's hammer to the guy who had been shot? Remember that? So the guy's walking around with him. He's like, don't say
Quelly.
that. Yeah, Quelly.
Yeah, Quelly.
And he's like, don't say that. And then later on, he says it to him. Like that's another great moment that ties back to each other. And that's an emotional beat.
Dramatic.
When he gets shot,
Mhm.
I've seen that movie 6 times. I still just sit there. Like, I need to watch it more. I feel terrible for only. It's an hour and 40 minutes, Norbert. It's the easiest movie to watch on the planet.
It is.
It's beautiful. That's another reason why it's perfect. But watching Alan Rickman's reaction with him, you're thinking to yourself, this is a movie about Star Trek actors going on an actual mission in space. But they found emotion in a guy that looked up to one of them. I got another goosebumps again. Jeez Louise. But
no, it's true.
They find emotion in these scenes that have impact because they built them up earlier. And that's once again, man, it's just the economy of a script and just Chekhov's gum and gum. Hey, Chekhov's gum? I guess that would make sense.
It's delicious. It's spearmint.
Wait, what movies have gum come back into play?
Gum. Actually, I think there was a part in either Leviathan or Alien where the guy, they'd chew the gum and just stick it in.
Rocketeer.
Thank you. Yes. Right? But to your point about Rickman, there's a really good point that you brought up, man, because initially, like they were saying, Tim Allen's character was going to be the one that hates the show, that he's pigeonholed into doing this thing. But we know that in reality, William Shatner was always trying to get away from Star Trek, T.J. Hooker, all of that stuff. But it's Rickman who's like, I'm the actor's actor. I don't want to keep doing this stupid sci-fi crap. This is dumb. By Graptar's hammer, I'll kill you all.
Yep.
And he finally realizes that, hey, this thing that I've been doing, that I've been hating on, it's been paying my bills, but really, more importantly, it's changing people's lives. This kid, his entire life has been built around what I'm doing. And that's why, Jonathan Frakes and Brent Spiner, they still show up to these Star Trek conventions all these years later because they've affected people's lives in a way that's important. You know how many engineers tell you to this day, man, I saw Star Trek, I wanted to be an engineer. Mm-hmm. I saw Star Trek, now I work for NASA. So that hits Alan Rickman as Quillick is dying. Like, oh my God, this kid, he knows how to do the Mokhtar stealth haze. That's how we survived. So yeah, man, by Graptar's hammer, you shall be avenged. Yeah, that moment hits all the time. It's brilliant.
Oh, it hurts my soul. I feel so bad.
Brilliant.
And also, what do you think about the comparisons to Three Amigos?
Wait, break that down for me. How does this compare to the Three Amigos?
Actors get involved in something real and win.
Oh my God! Mind blown. It never even occurred to me because the Three Amigos, not as deep as this movie.
No.
Yeah.
My little buttercup.
Yeah. Not as deep. And you know what? That's actually a perfect example of what would have happened if Harold Ramis directed this movie. It would have turned out like the Three Amigos. Because really, the Three Amigos wasn't so much about the high concept of actors being drafted into a real life situation. It was, Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, Martin Short. Oh my God, I would watch these guys read the phone book. That's what that movie was.
The best moments, though, are from El Guapo. You got me a sweater.
Yeah, that's right. What do you mean a plethora? A plethora is many things. Yeah, El Guapo was the best character in the movie. That's right.
El Guapo, really... would you say that you're angry because a woman denied your advances? His right-hand man is so funny. His right-hand man calls him out for being dramatic.
Yeah. The best parts of that movie are with El Guapo. Absolutely. Yeah.
Sweater. I use that all the time. Like whenever I get a gift and it's tiny, I'm like, you got me a sweater. And no one gets it, but I do it. I'm going to do it for the rest of my life.
And me, anytime a friend of mine has a problem, I always ask them, maybe you could perhaps fashion a rudimentary lathe. I say that all the time. And people are like, what are you talking about?
Oh, man. All right. So how about this? Let's do something. So on Movies, Films, and Flick Facebook, we do a lot of polls. And we do tournaments. We do polls. And actually, congrats to Gary B. He won the Summer Blockbuster Tournament. That was a big...
Yeah, Gary.
Gary steamrolled everybody. Jeez Louise. That was a gnarly victory on his part. He beat Niall. He beat Niall. He beat Tom, who does this podcast a lot. And Tom is like a honey badger when it comes to these things. So he steamrolled. But you and me, let's do an Alan Rickman draft. And so you and I are going to pick 5 Alan Rickman movies each. No Die Hard.
Okay. Oh, man.
No Die Hard.
I love Die Hard.
Because that's a ringer. Like, you can't do... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't do it. So what we'll do is an Alan Rickman draft where I'll let you pick first, and then we'll pick 5 movies each. But no... I know what you're going to pick first. But no Die Hard.
No Die Hard. Okay, okay. Then you know what? If I can't go Die Hard, I'm going Dogma. The Metatron.
Oh,
The
oh,
Metatron. I am the Metatron.
you're gonna hate me. I'm doing Galaxy Quest.
Ah, you son of a motherless goat.
So Megan and I, we did a Train to Busan episode recently,
Mm, mm.
and I picked that, and she didn't realize we could pick the movies that we were talking about, and that's been a point of contention. And she's really annoyed.
Yeah, you really did just kind of undercut me right there, man. I went up for the layup, and you punched me out of the sky. That's dark, man. That's dark.
All
All
right.
right. Okay, so I call Dogma, okay, and you call Galaxy Quest. Okay, next I call The Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh, that's
Oh,
his
I'm
voice work.
just an android. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. That was so great. Yeah.
All right, so the Hitchhikers. You're gonna hate me because I'm gonna pick something right now that I'm gonna pick Robin Hood.
Ah, I was gonna do that. Ah, you son of a
I
motherless
will
goat.
eat you. Bring a friend. You, my room, 11 a.m. Bring a friend. Cancel Christmas.
All right, fine. Then
I'm doing
go.
low blows here, man. I'm sorry.
You are. You're a dark human, and everything you do, I hope, crumbles into darkness. Okay, I call Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street,
Oh, that was
because
good.
I will have vengeance. I love that.
All right, Sweeney Todd. All right, so I have to do. Let's see. I'm not gonna go. No one's gonna care about this movie, but I love it. Like Sense and Sensibility, Oscar nominated, big film, popular film. He's really good in it, so I'm going Sense and Sensibility with him.
Okay, okay.
Kate Winslet.
Okay, okay. I picked Die Hard 3 because he was the motivation. I picked Die Hard 3. You killed my brother. But he really wasn't. But the funny thing is, even though he kind of mentions him, he's like, I just kind of wanted to steal the money.
I'm not giving you that.
All right. Then I go with the Tim Robbins classic, Bob Roberts. Underrated.
Bob Roberts. What's that one?
Bob Roberts is a political satire where Tim Robbins is running for office, and he's kind of a right-wing dude. And Alan Rickman plays basically the guy who puts his campaign together. And he's just so slimy and greasy in this role. He's awful. He's basically Karl Rove before I knew who Karl Rove was.
Oh, I need to watch this now. Oh, wow. Norbert.
Go.
Quigley Down Under.
Quigley Down Under.
He's a good bad guy.
Yo, Alan Rickman is just good. And when he does, where are my detonators? Are you kidding me? Yippee-ki-yay, mara. He's great. And he's just suddenly, oh my God, I thought you were one of them.
All right, I'm gonna open this up for you, Norbert. You can have Die Hard since I went with a low blow and picked Galaxy Quest first. I'll give you Die Hard if you want it.
You really did. Okay, I take Die Hard.
All right, I'll give you Die Hard. Because I'm a good man. I wouldn't sleep tonight if I felt like I cheated you, Norbert.
Thank you for your kind.
And I feel like that's true.
Yes, that's right. You're a good human being. You're not a dirtbag.
All right,
I'm
gonna cheat, and I'm gonna say Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, now you see, here's the thing. I was never a Potter guy, and I know that there are like 48 Harry Potter films and 1,000 books. And it was a girlfriend or two that dragged me to these movies, and I just made sure to drink as much alcohol as possible in the theater. But I believe you when you say that he was good in these movies, because there's nothing that he's bad in.
Watch, okay, if you're gonna watch, so I just did a Lord of the Rings verse Harry Potter verse video for Rotten Tomatoes, and I had to do a big rewatch and go through all the scenes. If you want to go through and watch these again, do 3, are there 8 or 6? 8 or 7? Do 3. Okay. Do Azkaban, and then do Half-Blood Prince, and then do Deathly Hallows Part 2. Just watch 3 of them, and you got them.
Okay. Because there's a lot, and it was just too cute, and I was at the wrong age to get into cute Harry Potter.
The last one gets dark, dude. It's just a war. So the last Harry Potter movie is the highest rated, and it's just a battle. It's very violent. People die, people are getting wiped out. There's aliens quotes going around. It's